Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, it looks like the hype for Redfall is falling, or nosediving, or whatever the hell is going on, because we have another Redfall update, and what's going on over there? Last night, while I was streaming, a bunch of you came into chat and were like, Jesse, did you see this 30 FPS news with Redfall? And I was like, what are you talking about? Well, today I went and I looked it up, and well, according to Games Radar, when Redfall launches next month, it'll not only have a quality mode, meaning it'll support up to 30 FPS on 4K on Xbox Series X and 30 FPS 1440p on Xbox Series S. The developer also revealed that a 60 FPS performance mode will be added to the game in the form of an update at a later date, but hasn't given a time frame, so who knows how long we could be waiting for that one. And as many of you and people around the internet have pointed out, the trailers, the previews, all the things we've seen have been at 60 FPS, so they were probably running on some PC instead of an Xbox. To be honest, I'm not really a stickler when it comes to 60 FPS in games. It really just depends on the genre, right? Well, when it comes to first-person shooters, 100% 60 FPS is the way to go. I don't understand why we're in 2023 and we're still getting 30 frames per second. I don't get that. In a shooter? That makes no sense to me. And it apparently doesn't make a lot of sense to frustrated fans either, who took to Twitter making calls to delay the game, sharing how disappointing the low frame rate is for an Xbox Series XS, and stoking the console war fire by noting the specs that Sony's God of War Ragnarok had at its launch. And this isn't some sort of one-off when it comes to Arcane and Microsoft's struggle to build up Redfall. Earlier this year, it was announced that Redfall requires a constant online connection, even in single-player mode, and they have tried to address this and said they're gonna work to make that not the case, but we have no evidence to show that anything has really changed. And when you look at Microsoft, now thanks to a resurfacing Todd Howard interview, fans are concerned that Starfield could launch at 30 FPS as well. And like, I get that Microsoft is a PC company. I play most of the Xbox games on PC at this point. They launch them both at the same time, so it's just easier for me to play it on PC. But if you're gonna have a console, and you're gonna promote the console, at least make what you're putting on the console equal to what you're putting on PC. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Especially if you're prioritizing 4K at launch, but you can only do 30 FPS, maybe do some soul searching on that and readjust priorities or something. I don't know. Seems ridiculous to me. Speaking of ridiculous, we got a ridiculously cool trailer for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Oh my goodness. Nintendo packed a lot into this one. What a great launch trailer. And like any good launch trailer, we got a stronger sense of the story surrounding Link, Zelda, and of course, the return of Ganondorf. There's also plenty of familiar and new faces, like this character. Could this be the goddess? I don't know. Could it be Hilda from Lorule or some other character entirely? I don't know. It looks amazing. If you have any theories, hit me below. I am super into it. We also got glimpses of some of the wild new gameplay that we can expect to see throughout the sequel, and this includes Link navigating a Mission Impossible style laser field, Link manning a literal rocket, and even battle bots? At this point, it feels less like a real Zelda game and more like one of those SNL Stefan sketches. There's just so much. This trailer did everything it was supposed to. It hyped me up, it made me curious, it had intriguing features, all of it preparing you for May 12th, when the game finally comes out. And of course, it wouldn't be another week without some Microsoft Activision Blizzard acquisition news. As we mentioned a while ago, a group of self-identified gamers have thrown their hat into the legal ring and have filed a revised lawsuit in an attempt to stop the Microsoft Activision Blizzard merger. According to Video Games Chronicle, the private antitrust action, which was brought by 10 video game players in California, New Mexico, and New Jersey, was initially dismissed in March after U.S. District Judge Jacqueline Scott Corley found it failed to present sufficient evidence to support their claims. But now those gamers are back with an amended lawsuit that they are filing once again. This time with redacted evidence from Microsoft, including a strategy memo and new information from the deal's chief opponent, Sony Interactive Entertainment. Microsoft has responded to the complaint, stating it's based on unsupported and implausible claims about the deal's effect on competition. And sure, it'll probably go nowhere, but it is the legal system at work, and it's nice to see just average citizens, at least as far as we know, taking the law into their own hands and trying to do something against an action they don't approve of. Hopefully they learned more about the legal system than, say, what they learned playing Phoenix Wright, or in my case, watching a lot of Law and Order. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for 5 Minute Gaming News. Be on the lookout for some Resident Evil 4 this weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.